Hi, my name is Patrick, and welcome back to my first playthrough of Kentucky Route Zero. We're going to be picking up the start of Act 3, Scene 1, where we had left off last time. I hope you're having a lovely evening, afternoon, wherever it is in the world that you are. Welcome back to Act 3, Scene 1, inside of the Museum of Dwellings. Where we just got a new leg. And who knows what that's going to entail. Indeed. Hey, a blue. How are the drugs treating you? Streetlights seem a bit brighter. Oh, you like trails and tracers? Something like that. My mom used to get that. She had migraines. Folks had a peculiar relationship with medicine. We almost never had a regular doctor or health insurance or anything like that. Our immigration stuff was a mess for most of my childhood, so we only qualified for state programs and small patches before something or other would get contested, and we learned to just pile on dentist appointments and stuff in those short windows. If got infected or her migraines were too much to handle, my mom would talk to so-and-so who knew so-and-so, usually another minor, and end up with some pills. Instead of medical advice, every pill came with gossipy anecdotal warnings and superstitions. Like all this lore that came with it. Like magic, dangerous, mysterious. Reavers folks couldn't help. Yeah, they had pretty good health care through the university for a while there. A couple times they'd swing something, so I got a bit of whatever Weaver needed. In high school, we got those pills to help her focus. She was so smart, but always going off in different directions, mind racing, like 5 conversations going on in her head at once. And you're lucky if even one of them is with someone in the room, you know. So she had these pills, and they seemed to help. I was struggling in school too, failing my history class. She offered to share the pills. Did it help? At first, yeah, it helped a lot. I had a kind presence and clarity of purpose that I've never really had otherwise. I didn't want to stop taking them. One day I was sitting on my bed, notebook was open next to me on top of a textbook, and I was holding a pen in my hand. I remembered this moment from several years before. It came up so suddenly with such precision, I couldn't put it out of my mind. I felt I had to stay with it until I'd recalled the whole thing perfectly. It was just a tiny, nothing moment. My mom patching up the side of a bird cage, winding up some spare wire around the frame to reinforce it. I was fixated on that image and that sound. The cage kind of bending and twanging as she worked on it, rapping and nodding, scraping copper against paint like bowing a rubber violin with a railroad tie. My parents came back from a triple shift and found me still sitting there on the edge of the bed, pen in hand, delirious with thirst, patching that bird case with a 1,000-year stare. 1,000-yard stare. Hey, Blue. You get some rest back there? The doctor seemed nice enough. Just got in over his head is all. Where does the truck, will the truck take us? So, what's the plan here? I could use a bite to eat. Oh, okay. You've been on the road a while. Well, there's an all-night convenience store not too far from here. Is that okay? It sounds good to me. Okay, we can take 31 heading east. It's right before 65. Okay. Oh, hey. So, I thought there was a tidbit before. Oh, I can't go any closer. 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. every day of the year except Labor Day. Last admission is at 4 p.m. daily. Damn. Try the door. You're a little late for the museum. And then what? Ben, you're being very uptight right now. You're right. It's unlocked. I'm not sure it's finished in there, though. What's finished? Would it be better if it were finished? Can we be sure of that? They're pretty friendly in there. Hush. I think I heard a voice. Maybe a security guard? I didn't hear anything. We're just too late. Let's come back tomorrow. Okay. Different planes of existence. Alright, let's go in. If everything's shut down, it'll be pretty boring. Any of you folks know a diner or something like that? Bob. What? I said it'll be boring. No, We have flashlights. Look, if we visit by day, we see what they want us to see. If we visit by night, it's all up to us. Emily, Ben, and Barb argue about whether to enter the museum. Meanwhile, I've got this leg thing going on. Ephemera? Oh yes, field notes. Take 31 east, it's just before 65. And the Bureau of Secret Tourism. Okay. They head back into the night. Let's slow down a bit. Yeah. Anything else going on around here that I can check out with my magic leg? It's a pretty big parking lot. Oh, can't go that way. Oh, hello. You following me around? Oh, interesting. Oh, and suddenly I'm controlling the kid. Okay. That's different. A truck. Stuff in it. Oh, those are the people from who are over there right now, I guess. Can't go that way. Can't go any further that way. Oh, hello. Hi, Eagle friend. How you doing? Oh, suddenly we're back in your shoes. Okay. His weird, strange, flashy metal leg. And suddenly we're in control of you. I should like to take the moon, please. That'd be quite delightful. And suddenly we're back to you again. Okay, let's head on out. They move on. That's what I clicked. Onward we move. I don't know where this is going to take me next. All right, so... take 31 heading east. It's just before 65. All right. North east. The truck's engine sputters and dies as Conway guides it carefully off the road next to a fallen tree. Oh, okay. That didn't last long. Act 3, Scene 2. A tree. Well then. Hey there. Can't really walk towards the camera. Only go that way. All I can do is take a look at the truck. Nothing to be done? Can you take a look at it? I guess I could poke around in there, but I don't know a damn thing about engines. Wait, is this why you always leave your truck running? First time it's just died like this. Well, where's the champagne? Anyway, do you know this area? Anyone around here that could give us a hand? It looks like a road crew's been out here. Hey, we should call someone. Do you know a good towing company? Lucky Boo. Let's go Mercatic Wreck Recovery. Mercadet. Alright, I'll give them a call. I hope I can get a signal out here. Shannon speaks into the large brick cell phone held up to her ear. Hi, hello. We've got an old, I want to say diesel old truck just stalled out. Inaudible, sleepy, inaudible, confused. This is Mercadec WEC recovery, right? A friend gave me your card. Open 23 hours a day. Inaudible. Inquisitive. Yeah, that's why I'm calling. Exactly. That's all. Inaudible. Apologetic, forceful, obtuse. No, it's okay. We just need to get an auto shop and get this taken care of. Maudlin. Thanks for the offer, but we really just need a tow is all. And, pragmatic. Right, yeah, thanks. Okay, it's... Where are we? We're out off 65, just kind of pulled up by this tree that fell over. That's actually a pretty accurate description of it, yeah. Hanging over the power lines just like that. Did you see it go down? Okay, whatever you need to do. How long do you think you'll be? Hello? Okay. What's up, Ezra? Are you bored? Are you? Yeah, most of the time. Let's play a game. Whoa, how about 20 questions? Okay. Ezra looks meaningfully at his shoes. Got it. Okay, guess. Is it alive? No. Can I see it with my eye? Yes. Does it last for more than a day? Well, we put it together and it takes a while, but then break it apart right away. No, it doesn't last more than a day. Not the way it really is. Is it bigger than a dog? No, a dog is bigger, except for one of those really little dogs, or a puppy, I guess. Does a puppy count as a dog? Alright, that's all your questions. What's your guess? I think I get a few more. I wasn't counting, but I'm pretty sure that was 20. Is it a jigsaw puzzle? Yeah, it's a puzzle. Julian found it at the bus station. It's a picture of a spooky underground lake. There aren't any boats, but some pieces are missing, so maybe that's where the boats are. Alright. Hey, Blue. Wish Julian wasn't busy. I guess it's not so bad. I like hanging out with you folks anyway. I think they're on their way. Guess we have some time to kill. We could look over the road map again. I've stared at that thing too long already. Where'd you get that old map anyway? I found it at the shop. Oh, it's an antique or something? Does it even match reality anymore? I bet there's some old roads on there that are all grown over by now. When my parents brought their first car here, it came with a map. I used to sit in the back and pore over it. Aunt Remedios saw me looking at it, I guess, and a few days later she gave me a map she brought from Colombia. Cashing a birthday gift in on Cult of the Lamb. Game is good, plus it has Twitch integration. Hey, sounds good. I will make sure that we play Cult of the Lamb next. Trust me. Also, thank you so much for resubbing, D-Sane. It's greatly appreciated, as always. Let's see here. Looked almost hand-painted. Deep, vibrant colors and rough border lines like anxious brushstrokes. Really pretty. I'd slowly trace the coastline with my finger like I was walking on the beach and say, here we'll swim, here we'll start a fire, and here we'll find a cave in the cliff face and go live among the bats for a while. I think I'll take a look at that radio of yours. Maybe I can get it going again. No point in just standing around. I will get a copy of Cult of the Lamb after stream today. Although the Twitch integration has been a little buggy, it's still pretty cool. How's it looking? The leads are badly corroded, but I'm making progress. That's what I like about working on electronics. It gets easier as you go on. Or you just get used to it. Almost there. Click. That sounds like a tow truck. Oh, hey. Okay. Is this the right way? I don't recognize those trees. Unless I recognize just a bunch of trees. Just, the trees are so quiet, right? Usually you'd hear birds, wind, a squirrel, or something. Turn your ears down and focus on the radio, Cricket. Yeah, you're right. Maybe I'm a little bored. I'll work some chord progression in my head for a while or something. Ha. How far out are we? Are we there yet? Oh, stop. Harry's not going to be happy. You know he doesn't like me anyway. I'll tell him about the frog. He won't understand. More than all silver and gold of this earth. What's that? I don't know. I think I heard it on the radio. Nervous about the set? Yeah, I guess. No, we're good. We know how to play, just then what? Just hang out at the bar, I guess. Oh yeah, Harry will be great company, carping about the late nights and his bottom line. And here they come. Whoa, there they go. They look like they could use some help. You gonna fix it up for them, Johnny? Oh, I don't know, a wrench from a cattle prod. I thought maybe you... I guess it's up to some good Samaritan. Okay, we'll help them. You're the best. And hey, maybe if they're not busy, they can fill some seats at the gig. You know, if no one's there. Harry will try and bilk us out on our fee. That's right, go back and help. Did like 70 in-game days already in the game and I have so much more to do. Yeah, I've been watching a few people's streams of it only for the first few days and it looks like it scratches all the right itches for me for the type of game I like to play. Going pretty fast, whoever they were. I bet they're getting chased by something. Maybe they're somewhere important to be. Definitely getting chased by something. Oh, hey. Hi, friends. Hey, Blue, you're gonna go say hi. That's an interesting sound. Stay here. Careful, he's wicked with strangers. Ha, you. Who's chasing you? Hear that, Cricket? We're being pursued. I knew it. Who's after us? That's a good question. These folks seem to have a certain handle on the situation. So... dinosaurs. Sure, something like that. Listen, we've got 2 questions for you folks. What kind of people do you take us for? I mean, how do we strike you? You seem nice enough. What do you think, Cricket? A posture check, thank you very much. I am sitting up properly now. Our generosity is unmistakable, ma'am. It radiates. It does radiate. Now here's another question for you. Do you like music? Do you like music? Lisette used to sing in taverns. Of course you do. Say, they should come to our gig. What an idea. We're waiting for a tow. A tow! I won't hear about it. This time of night, you'll be kicking your heels till dawn. We'll fix your truck up. Me and Johnny are a couple of regular gearheads. Why? I just put a new cylinder block in this baby over here. The vicious cycle. That's what we call our bike. We call it the vicious cycle. Pretty tough, huh? We'll get you fixed up quick so you can come to the gig. See, we have a regular booking tonight, and well, we're running late. Very late. That's what I told them. Now, the old man who runs this venue, Harry Esperanza, is a notorious withholder. If we don't get a few bodies in the crowd, well, he'll go all penny pinching on us. Just a short set. We only have 1 song prepared. You come to the gig, won't you? Of course we will. Of course they will. Can you believe we almost didn't stop? Hungry old lady? I think I've got a crust in the sidecar here. But Johnny here saw you folks were in trouble. Well, it's all said and done. We stopped. That's all that matters. Our gig's at an old tavern called the Lower Depths. It's over there by the old Charlie Moran Highway, just east off 65. We should take a ride off the interstate around the petting zoo. Johnny likes the petting zoo. I do like the petting zoo. Now, let's see about that truck of yours. I feel certain we can get it running. Okay. Hopefully they can fix it up. Ah, up and running, are we? And the radio works. That's funky. Hmm. More funky sounds. There's something there. For just a moment. That's a nice jazzy tune. That is super 80s. Where's that jazzy tune? I like that tune. There we go. Okay, so. Oops. Convenience store or the Lower Depths. Take 31 heading east. It's just before the 65. There we go. No, I want to... go this way, please. There. Ah, yes, the convenience store. Convenience store is just a tiny booth in the middle of a lot that must have once been an active gas station. The light in the booth is on. There's a window. The inside of the booth is big enough for a card table, 2 chairs, and a few plastic crates filled with snacks and warm Coke. 2 men shuffle plastic dominoes across the table. Knock on the window. One of the men waves briskly in Conway's general direction and returns to his focus to the game. Look for a door. He finds a sliding service window on the far side of the booth, the kind that can slide in and out of the booth without allowing anyone to reach in and make a grab for the cash register. Let's knock on the window. One of the men sends his partner an exasperated glance, then returns his attention to the game. Pass in some money. Puts a few dollars through the service window. One of the men gets out a vexed sigh. Without standing or turning his eyes away from the game, he reaches into a plastic crate and retrieves a small blue bag, distractedly pushing it through the service window. Chips or something? The bag is illustrated with a cartoon drawing of an avocado, but the nutritional data suggests it's pretty sugary. The expiration date has been worn away. Back to our smooth jazz. On High Patrick Radio. Keep that dial locked in. Just east off 65. Take a right around the petting zoo. Okay. We can go back to Exosoils. Oh, I've been here in a hot minute. Act 3. Scene 3. Back at Exosoils. Alright. Hey, everyone's here. Truck sounds like it's running kind of rough there. Better keep an eye on it. We had a little engine trouble, but it's sorted now. Glad to hear it. Electrical problem? Not really sure, actually. Our new friends here help us get it running again. We've been to the Zero. I figured. Well, listen, I wish you luck, but I don't really want to talk anymore about that. Bad memories. Glad to hear you're on your way, though. You have any games on your computer? Hey, you know what? I might. My niece works nights at the hospital, and she swung by for her lunch break an hour or two ago. She's kind of a... She doesn't talk a whole lot, but I like her company. I heard her typing away in there. You might take a look. Better get going. Let's see if there's games on the computer, shall we? What is that noise? Conway taps the key away from the computer from his reverie. Somebody's walking is making that sound. That's funky. Games. Directory listing for games. Psychotherapist. Sports medicine professional 1973. Do we want to play psychotherapist or sports medicine professional 1973? Psychotherapist, I think. Loading psychotherapist. Ready? Run. I am the psychotherapist. Please describe your problems. I'm lost. Do you enjoy being lost? I don't have much to compare it to. That's quite interesting. I'd like to try an exercise now. Please close your eyes and ask another person to read the following text aloud. Hold your thoughts for just a moment there, okay? I need to find somebody who can read this. Just a moment. Okay, so I want you to read. See, it's saying right here, I'd like you to try an exercise for me. Please close your eyes and ask another person to read the following text.
Okay.
So I need you to read the following text, so I'm going to close my eyes, but you need to read it into the mic, okay?
Hi, folks. Shannon, it's summer. You are sitting in a very long hall on a black backless stool. The seat is upholstered in fake leather, slick with condensation. You shift your weight uncomfortably. Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
I see. I'm not used to this. Okay. At the other end of the very long hall, a ceiling fan beats out the rhythm of seconds. The air in the very long hall is still. You need a shave. You feel 3 rough whiskers curled over your upper lip. You shift your weight on the slick leather seat and exhale gently to displace the 3 rough whiskers curled over your upper lip. The very long hall is silent, except for the ceiling fan beating out the rhythm of seconds and the noise of your breath as you exhale gently to displace the 3 rough whiskers curled over your upper lip. Your tongue is burned. Perhaps you drank some coffee too quickly within the last several days. Your mouth is dry, and the lights are slowly dimming. Oh, it says I'm not supposed to read this part aloud.
Literally. Okay, click and see what it says.
Okay, it's over.
Directory listing. Well, that was an experience. Did you feel that rough whisker across your upper lip?
You've got three rough whiskers.
Oh, yuck. I don't
over
like
your
that
upper
idea
lip, and
at
and the
all.
fan is beating out seconds.
Right?
Did you catch the fan is beating out seconds?
Yes.
Maybe we should say it again.
Oh my
You've
gosh.
got three
Okay.
rough whiskers over your upper lip, and the fan is beating out the seconds.
Okay, thank you. We're done playing that. Let's see what Sports Professional 1973 entails. Loading Sports Professional, Medicine Professional 1973, ready run. February 1973, status senior GPA 3.8. Effect bored. Study, hit the bar, explore the forest. We can go to the forest. Let's go to the bar. 241 domestics. Somebody has a rifle in their truck. Late night target practice in a field, a few hours in lockup, stern warnings, and new friends. March 1973, senior GPA effect pensive. Let's study. Sudden or repeated hyperextension of the big toe can cause a sprain in the ligaments around the joint, a painful injury known as turf toe. April 1973, status senior, 3.85, pensive. Oh gosh. Let's go to the forest. Thick tree coverage soaks up every vapor of light pollution. The skies are uncomplicated, black and white, mumbling stars. An owl decimates a caravan of mice. Status hiker. Affect pensive. It's time to make a decision. Graduate, hitchhike cross country, live in a tree. Oh, we've come here to do sports medicine, so let's graduate. Everyone says it was a smart decision, but it wasn't. Lost pills, misjudged affairs, forged prescriptions, disgrace. Score 3.85. Goodness, let's I'm not playing that anymore. Exit games. Oh, maybe there's new messages. Message 1 is from Help Desk at Rust Archives. Message 2 is from Accounts at Consolidated. I think we've read all these before, so we're not going to reread them. We'll go ahead and exit out. All right. Oh, wait, can I go downstairs? I'm going to go back downstairs if I can. Nope, can't go back downstairs. No longer a possibility. What's that sound over there? Interesting sound. And how come she sounds so robotic? That's weird. All right. Time to mosey on along. They get back in the truck. Okay. Back on the road again. Notes tell me, take a right over by Charlotte east off of 65. Take a right off of 65 around the petting zoo. So we gotta find the petting zoo. No, no, no. Keep going that way. Thank you. No. Ugh, goodness. Just go this way. Thank you. There's the tree. It continues to burn. Can we go back to the farmhouse? Farmhouse is silent and empty. The barn is still gone. So is the cave. A few horses graze in the empty field. Okay. Ah, the petting zoo. The petting zoo is closed. Alright. Ah, the tavern. Okay. Here we go. Act 3, Scene 4. The lower depths. The hard time served at the lower depths. Feels a little like home, huh? It's not all bad memories. Some of it I don't remember at all. Alright. Let's, bar door. Kinda late. Are you sure they're open? Sure, they're open. This is just one of those places. Give me a minute here. We are not saints, but we've kept our appointment. How much How many people can boast as much? That's lovely, ma'am. Who said it? A poet. Can go around back. Oh, dumpster. The trash bin is filled. Several pairs of working shoes, a few hats, a small Ziploc bag with 3 pairs of eyeglasses. That looks like the edge of wilderness. Probably not going to do that. Alright. Let's go in. Ma'am, I hate to say it, but the cupboard is bare. Have some vision, Cricket. We've got 1, 2, 4 patrons. Harry doesn't count. Well, we've done more with less. Do you play here often? We have a regular thing here. Harry likes to just book it all up and forget about it. He's not really a music lover, I wouldn't say. But I guess his wife was. She had this stage put in, I know that, so he keeps it going in her memory or out of habit. Okay. Me and my odd leg thing going on here. Hey, Ezra, you gonna play some music? Flips eagerly through the jukebox's catalog of songs. What do you think? I don't know how to play this game. Well. Gosh, I remember those old jukeboxes. I haven't seen one of those in decades. All I'm pouring tonight is Hard Times whiskey. Oh, this is familiar. Got any coffee going? No coffee. Hard Times whiskey. Say, shut the GD door, would you? I can't afford to run the AC all night. Sorry, Harry. Oh, it's you two. Where have you been? Never mind. Listen, I can't keep this place open through the small hours of the night just waiting for the musicians. Where is everyone? Everybody had to, clear out. Let's get set up, huh? There's nobody here to listen to it. I can't pay for... We brought some people, Harry. A crowd is forming. Yeah, but I couldn't use a break, Harry. Been on my feet all day. But Why are they robots? I still want to know why they're robots. Hey, look, it's the glasses and the... Is it a brick sandwich? A rough brick between 2 pieces of stale bread sits in the center of the table, surrounded by a ring of undisturbed dust. Yeah, this is the interlude all over again. A bulky set of black goggles sits on the edge of the table next to an ashtray, a newspaper, and a few empty glasses. Huh. What is it? I guess... I don't know. Can I tell you a horrible secret? I never wear eye protection in the shop. It's dangerous, I know, but I'm always looking back and forth from my oscilloscope to what I'm working on, and the scope has this peculiar kind of hard-bordered glow that I'll never find a pair of goggles or glasses that doesn't smear out that glow. At best, the lens softens everything so you can't quite find the edges. Yeah, have a seat. Let's enjoy some whatever strange music this is going to be. How's it looking out there? How you all feeling tonight? Can we get a bit more reverb in the monitors? Harry adjusts the soundboard behind the bar. How's that? Test, test, 1, 1, 1, 3, 50. Lamentation. Sounds good. How's everybody doing? Anybody had a real bad night? How about you, old man? Not too bad. Well, we'll take care of that right now. This is a song I heard in a tavern many years ago at an open mic night. Me and Johnny were just riding around, you know. You like to drive around, old man? That's where I feel at home. Of course you do. So we're here out riding out and past this gaudy old tavern. I mean, it was a real dive. Busted up facade, weeds in the parking lot, taps all dry, bats in the bar room, and run by this cranky bag of bones looked like the only thing keeping him awake was fear of the death. So glad to be back here at the lower depths. Hey now. So we stopped for an early drink, and there was a lady singing right here on stage, and the song she sang, well, it stuck with us, and now it's a regular part of our repertoire. Never got that lady's name, but she seemed like a sweet gal, and she had a voice like Scotch whiskey, and we just hope to do her song justice. So here it is, Too Late to Love You. Oh, we're tripping. When you left me, I never should have met you. I wish we'd met before. Oh, I choose the lyrics. I see. Can I have a drum machine like that? That'd be awesome. Well then, Harry. Well, Harry, I think that went pretty well. I'd say the crowd was into it. Reverential. Rapt. You guess the usual fees about right, and we'll let you get back to your business. Well, that's just the... Damn it, I was trying to tell you to. I can't pay. They cleaned me out. I've got nothing left but a GD IOU from the distillery. An IOU. Yeah, I traded them for some whiskey, and I guess I had some surplus credit, so I got this note to get from some more from them later on. Must have been a hell of a trade. I had to. I gotta keep this place open somehow, goddammit. Watch your language, Harry. Could you pay with your IOU? Well, very contemporary, very astute. How about, Harry? Let's push some paper around. Well, it's just, I can collect on it when they bring more whiskey up. But for you to cash it in, you'd have to go down to, down to the distillery, down to hard times. And, you've got to take the zero. So that's what we'll do. How do we get there? Are you folks sure you want to head down there? I've never been myself, but people hear things. Rumors. It's where we've got to go. Well, I'll tell you then. But this is it, right? We're square? Harry, you're all right. If only. You got a radio in your car? Yep. Well, here's what you've got to do. Take a left out of the parking lot and then just fiddle around your dial till you hear something familiar, but strange. You know the feeling? Like, I used to go hunt with my uncle out in the mountains, and now I watch these nature programs. They're filmed in the mountains. There's deer and all the plants and every kind of tree, but something just doesn't look right. And it's even stranger for being so close to familiar. Something like that. You'll know it when you hear it. Fix that strange but familiar station on your dial, drive a bit, and then turn around when the station cuts out. Right then. Hope you folks find what you're looking for. Eventually. Always a pleasure, Harry. Is it? Maybe. Okay, Ezra. Out we go on our strange third-party leg. Back out on the road again. Neon signs rattle tunelessly in the dark. Alright. What's this station? I've never heard this before. Sounds like horses. Horses running? A race? Charlie and I used to go to the races sometimes. Charlie, he was your boss's kid, right? The one who, yeah, must be some memories there. Well, that fits familiar but strange for me. Harry said we just drive until it cuts out? What? Why this? Oh, okay. That never really... But it never really solidified on a sound. What? Oh, okay. Oh. Okay, horses. Lots of horses. Turn it around. Upside down. Back we go again. Back on the zero. This is a familiar tune. All of the Mountain King. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Oh, that's a really fun song. Act 3, Scene 5. Hall of the Mountain King. Oh, hey. Blue, you gonna... Okay. What do you suppose happened here? Some kind of storm washed it away? Just a slow drip from the ceiling wearing it down. The bridge ends abruptly, crumbling in disrepair. Time to cut him loose, ma'am? Well, now I'm having fun. Ha, okay. Slow night anyway. Boardwalk. Oh, okay. Up we go. With some rope. Alright. A loop of decayed rope is coiled on the banister. Some rotted sections have been smoothed over with a fine dust. Keep on walking up, please. Thank you. And there's a stack of computers. Okay. Broken computer monitors are heaped precariously among the rocks. There's a pet carrier. A pet carrier for a cat or small dog has been left by the path. A calcified rag wadded in the corner may once have been a blanket. Backpack, huh? A hiking backpack leans against a rock. It's empty except for a dusty bag of cat food and a few punch cards. What's up with the fire? A pile of discarded electronics burns steadily in the center of the chamber. Oh, Amy? Oh, it's triangles within triangles down here. Shifting, intersecting, overlaying. Isn't it romantic? Let's see. You're here to steal back the love of a boy you once knew when you were too young to recognize the movements of the heart. And you're escorting her, pretending to have her interests at heart, while really... Really, you're in love with the young woman as well, and so you've agreed to help him conspire to win her affections, but it's just a ploy to set him up for embarrassment and diminish him out of the picture. What are you talking about? No, you're right. It's insipid, derivative. I used to be really good at this. I had 11 novels published, from The Billionaire's Bidding to Fields of Longing. Really hot bodice-ripping stuff, you know? I miss those days in my Lexington studio apartment, just me and my thesaurus steaming up the windows. Why did you stop writing? You know, suddenly it was all computers everywhere you went. I thought I might be able to do something with that, inject a little libido into those ugly beige boxes. Ha! So I went back to the university and I studied human-computer interaction, and then I picked up Donald's research assistantship here as a tester, debugging. In my off hours, I played with the doomed love story at the core of our little simulation. That seemed to amuse Donald, so I kept at it. I'm afraid I tinkered too much and made it too complex. Now our work is never done. We don't even have to add new functionality. The bugs just grow on their own. Too complex. I miss those days in my Lexington studio apartment. Oh, hello. A woman in a tattered cardigan looks furtively at the other people around the fire. Donald puffs on a smoldering pipe while half mumbling, half singing an old country tune. Softly. Where the old green river runs through hills and caves not known to us, down to that sunless sea. Oh, who are you? What's that song? Oh, you've caught a verse of my absent mind and warbling. It's just a song from my youth. Something a dear friend used to sing to herself as we hacked on crystal radios in the boiler room. In old Kentucky where my love a lovely home did build for me, and where the old green river runs through hills and caves not known to us, down to that sunless sea. From there on, it's all meandering rivers and romantic greenery, and that is what were we talking about? What's that computer over there? It looks pretty vintage. It looks like a harmless old computer, doesn't it? Like some beat-up mainframe exhumed from a university basement and left in this cave to rot. Or to flower. No, it's no ordinary computer. I've modified it extensively, and in some pretty experimental ways, believe you me. And that's to say nothing of the software, but you look like a technically minded sort of person. Tell me, do you know the effects of mold growth on diffused-based transistor circuitry? Sounds like it would short circuit. Certainly, but not all of it. Some moldy filaments are more or less conductive than others, and it grows in non-linear, chaotic patterns. We can guide it a bit through a simple application of classical horticulture, but we can't produce specific results, only tendencies. Thwarted and feeble, we hammer on this derelict keyboard. My name is Reason, King of Kings. But we are mere gardeners in the ruins. Our keystrokes echo off into the tunnels, boundless and bare. The caves stretch far away. We are too late. Always too late. What? Did you say something? You were about to tell us about the software. Oh, the software, my life's work. Xanadu, you've heard of it. Perhaps you've read about it in a journal. It's been years since I published anything. Xanadu has evolved significantly since I explained its data structures in my article, Literary Multitudes, Hypertextual Narrative as Post-Structural Witness. Evolved, and then deteriorated. Donald sighs dramatically and takes a puff from his pipe. I'm afraid you are too late, fellow hypertext enthusiast. As the mold accumulated on the circuitry, Xanadu blossomed for a moment into something holy and enchanted, and then all the charm was broken. Do you have any idea what it's like to spend your life building something and then sit powerlessly as your work declines into ruin? I fixed TVs and I'm about to lose my lease on a workshop. Oh, they are not long, the days of electron guns and cathode rays. Out of a glowing dream, a ghostly light emerges for a while, then fades. Well, I have my own ghosts, and I keep them in Xanadu. It's running on that glorious, dusty machine. Take a look if you like. Too late to do anything but smoke and reminisce anyway. Far too late to do anything. Yeah. Hello, are you Andrew? Do you know that when I first... No, I mean, if this cave were larger, it could... Now I'm getting ahead of myself. I've got it. How would you characterize this space, the one we're standing in right now? Kind of spooky, but I'm not scared. Spooky for a baby. I think we'd all agree that's a fair assessment. How could... Wait, let's unpack that for a moment. What makes it spooky? No. How do you know it's spooky or would be spooky for a baby? The huge fire. Mysterium tremendum. It sends the shadows scattering momentarily, lights the mouths of unseen tunnels. That fire is constantly reshaping my... close your eyes. Will you close your eyes? Okay. Good. Now, you are standing at the top of a rocky peak. A tongue of flame licks the shadowy anatomies of... Where are we? Oh, here again. How disappointing. Sorry to disappoint. No, it's my fault. I shouldn't be so attached to the future. It's always getting in the way of my work. Better to be in the moment, carefully observing and documenting with no attachment. Let me give you an example. I was a grad student studying statistics when I started working with Donald on his project. He said we needed someone with a more analytical mind to do the descriptive writing. Someone who would appreciate the cave descriptions as real labor, instead of taking their authorial voice for granted. Donald warned me it would be long hours of typing painstakingly detailed descriptions into the computer. And I've put in the hours, believe me. I've put in the hours. I've described every facet of this cave in such detail that sometimes I don't know if I'm reading or looking, writing, or exploring. Often in the dark and lonely moments, I worry that in my sleep I've transcribed rooms from my dreams into the system. How would we know? They could only be entered with precise, faithful detail. And that's all I know how to write. And all I dream about is caves. I only dream of caves. A gate? A massive gate constructed out of scavenged materials blocks the passage down the far side of the spire. I guess we go onward to Xanadu. I feel like that gate is where we want to go eventually, though. Oh, hello, Roberta. We'll say hi to you real quick. Sorry to walk on past. The kingdom is in peril. Roberta laughs. Well, what else is new? Do you work here? Work. You could call it that. I gather old circuit boards and throw them in the fire. Sometimes I fish out precious metals and let them cool into toxic gems. I put them in my hair. Enchanted jewelry, talismans, a magic mirror that prevents the future, a magic shield that protects the bearer from age, a magic chest that's always filled with... I never went to university. I was an independent scholar. It means I took to the public libraries like a beachcomber. I studied fairy tales. And then I came to work for Donald. I paid the bills, rubbed leathering elbows with academics, scraped black mold from cave walls. Finally, now I carry the firewood into senescence. The kingdom is in peril. Wait, where's the Xanadu? Okay, there it is. Baffling control panels are sheltered from the elements with a worn tarp. A closet-sized wall of knobs and wires looms behind the machine, humming faintly. An electric typewriter is the only easily recognizable component. Well, let's see what it does. How do you think we get it started? This old thing? Maybe there's a hand crank around. Oh, it has a run key. Alright. Press the button, see what happens. Act 3, Scene 6. Xanadu. Oh, we're gonna trip out. Whoa. Hello, Xanadu. What? You are staring at the of mal around you at first. Ha, this thing is in rough shape. Do these switches do anything? Conway flips an unlabeled switch. Standing at the small around you, a... Okay, that's worse. Kind of looks like a house. Type house. Typing. House. That's like a viral. In blood out? What? You are in Beshala East-West Passage with everywhere. That's the trip. So everything's on Hiao. Did it say Lula? Lula. There, Donald, as well in the interior. I get the machine as a part. Wheat from the School of Misk. It's all ties up those, so we won. As save it at a pinch card. See, scribed from the read him to put it in the paper to reader. How's our hack holding? Damn, I can't tell what she's saying. I have my portable degosser with me. All systems like this one can build up a remnant magnetic field of sort that warps everything along with whatever pattern it's settled into, you know? The degosser clears that up by suddenly shaking the magnetic field around until it's uniform again. That's how I like to think of it anyway, like staking a snow globe. Ha! Worth a shot. Okay, go ahead and degauss it. Boop. Watch, you just killed it or something. Hall of the Mountain Gink. Oh gosh, you stumble into a tunnel. Okay, well, okay. Stalactites adorn the ceiling, like this is the center of the rock spiral. Is where you set up your specimen. Premature end of file. Press any key to quit. This is a lost cause. What a piece of junk. I don't know that it's a lost cause, friend. Weird. Act 3, Scene 7. Hall of the Mountain King. Bizarre. And what was that about Lula? Maybe Donald knows how to clear it up a bit. Then let us return to Donald, shall we? Are we going around the long way to Donald? I guess we are. I never really understood why her legs were mechanical. Strangeness of it all. As the world slowly turns. Any year now, keep on a turning. Yeah, don't throw electronics on fire, okay, kids? Bad things may occur. Yes, I know. We're going to Donald. We're at Donald. There we go. So, you've seen it for yourself. What's left of it? Is that the end? The chalky bones of a beautiful dream, but you can see what it once was, can't you? Can't you? There was so much more to it. Ornate labyrinths of memory, exhaustively simulated parallel cave ecosystems, real artificial intelligence built on sophisticated neural network algorithms. The birds in the forest could flock in 3 dimensions. The bats could learn to sing. And then it began to crumble when the strangers came. First, we only heard them walking heavily through the caves, dragging things around, hammering and clattering their tools. Sometimes we heard working songs, never close enough to make out real voices, just their echoes cascading wordlessly in the tunnels. Then we got a glimpse of one. What did they look like? They look like... No, it's too horrible. I shouldn't be telling you about this. They're dangerous. They're strange. I should never have tried to outwit them. They were always too much for me, but it's too late now. If I'd listened to Lula, Lula Chamberlain? Yes, of course. Oh, do you know her? We're looking for her now. No, she's gone now. She left. We built this together, did you know? Lula, Joseph, and I. Lula's gone from here, but Donald points across the cave with his pipe. Still in there, in Xanadu. I don't know where Lula is now, or how to get there from here, or how to unwind that damaged, tangled highway, but Xanadu before its ruin was faultless as an oracle, a shrine to perfect simulation, until... but maybe? Those weird interlopers destroyed my Xanadu. Perhaps they know how to fix it. It may be dangerous. I've spent many eager seconds to negotiate them. To repair my masterpiece. Back there, that tunnel. Push back the vines, crawl out into the darkness. Watch your step. After a while, you'll feel the terrain change beneath your hands and knees from rock to crystal, then to mud. Then you'll be out. That's where the strangers come from. Now, leave me alone. I still have a bit of mold in my pipe and a few dreams left. Okay. We're going cave diving, I guess. Act 3, Scene 8. Where the strangers come from. Reminds me of where the wild things are. Ooh. Perfectly creepily weird. Oh, okay, we're out. Well, this can't be right. Looks like an old church. It's muddy. Yeah, that's what he said. Crystals and then mud. Okay. I want to stay outside. Okay. I'll stay with him. We can look for lizards. Okay, we'll make it quick. Oh. We're gonna look for lizards, huh? Find any lizards? One, but it went under a rock. That's lizards for you. Is that guy your boyfriend? Nah, what's a boyfriend anyway? It's a word people use because everyone else does. Doesn't mean anything to me. He's my cricket. See, it means something. It's specific. I want to be specific. I think you are. It's the middle of the night, and here you are in a graveyard. Any other kid your age would be in bed. You just gotta make choices and own them. You think I was born this foxy? I came off the assembly line about a half-foot shorter and all gray. No eyes. They were going to have us clearing out the old mine. Doesn't matter what you look like under all that rock and water. A bunch of gray shadows shoveling and hammering visibly at the walls, draining the tunnels. Johnny found some gear and old tape player. We hid away in an underwater cave and listened to it over and over. And we knew we weren't miners. We slipped out onto the road. Just these two featureless shadows. And ever since that night we've been detailing. Coloring in. Specifying. I feel more like myself every day. I feel less like myself though. I feel more like myself when it's just me and Julian. Well, there. Now you're getting specific. Specific Pacific. Welcome back. There you are. What did you find in there? It wasn't... Hey, what's going on? You look flushed, old man. It doesn't matter. Right, okay. We got what we need. Let's go. No. Alright. Maybe I should have looked around some. Act 3, Scene 9. Hall of the Mountain King. Chase an orbit round the road and close your eyes with that holy dread, for we on mold and whiskey fed and drank from rivers down below. We found your strangers. We know how to fix your damn machine, but I'm not sure it was worth it. Oh, soon the visions will return. What have you found? I need you to type in a specific phrase to restore it. Oh, a bit of a poem to rally the illustrious spirit, of course. Well then, type away, by all means. Do not hesitate. Type away. Alright. A man wearing large glasses inspects the ceiling. We're going to type a specific phrase to a specific machine. As the world turns. Hello, Queen. I wish it would turn a little faster. Yes, go to Xanadu, please. Turn, turn, turn. Alright, Xanadu. Baffling control panels are sheltered from the elements of the worn top. Right, okay, so let's boot this puppy up and see what happens. Okay, we're supposed to type dome in air. Weird. Just following instructions. Here we go. We were never really told who the strangers were. Act 3, Scene 10. Xanadu. Once again. Into the strangest we go. Very old computer. Oh, the windows are opening, maybe. Xanadu. We're gonna avoid degaussing this time. At end of road. You're standing at the end of a road before a small brick building. Around you is a forest. Check out the building. Enter building. Inside building. This is how old oscilloscopes used to draw things for computer graphics. You're inside a building, a storage shed for the National Park Service. There's a sensible modern electronic lantern nearby. Let's get the lantern. Get lantern. Taken. Exit building. Enter forest. That's not something you can enter. Just type the direction. North. In forest. You are in open forest, with a deep valley onto one side. Can we climb a tree? Climb tree. I don't think much is to be achieved by that. Sorry. Can we dig a hole? Dig a hole. You can't see any such thing. Pretty limited vocabulary. South. You're in the forest. Hey, it's a maze. East. You're in forest. Lula is here, soldering replacement components and a small handmade radio. Oh, we should talk to her. Ask Lula how she's doing. Hi, Donald. I'm getting the strangest interference out here. I've been turning the radio's circuits gradually as we go, swapping capacitor values and tweaking resistor networks. It was working for a while, but everything I can pick up sounds so distant and muffled. Lula hands you the radio. Well, maybe you'll have better luck. You're good at this stuff. Just don't forget to give it back. More east. East. You're in forest. Joseph is here, tapping with a small stylus on a modified pocket braille slate. A small gray kitten, no more than a few weeks old, dozes comfortably on the top of his backpack. Maybe he has something to say. Listen. Donald, I was just transcribing your footsteps. Sounded like... Joseph runs his finger along the index cards he's been tapping on from right to left. Long, weary song, drearily gone, dearly gone. You beat a melancholy shuffle through these woods, Donald. Ha! I've been noting down the sounds of the forest with an ear for speech, an inborn filter for poetry. I suppose, so maybe it's me being melancholy after all. I'm eager to see what the poetic subsystem, makes of these punch cards. Over east. At edge of hole. Don't fall down. Well, that is trippy. You're at the edge of a massive hole. The dirt gives way to rock as the ground sinks into darkness. The computer tied to your upper back slickens with sweat in the afternoon sun. The rope slung around your shoulder has slipped under the strap of your backpack, digging uncomfortably against your collarbone. Lean in a bit and check it out. Shine the lamp in the hole. Yell into the hole first to see if there are pirates. Let's shine the lamp into the hole. Typing. Light lamp. Your lamp is now on. Typing. Shine lamp in hole. The lamplight only reaches a few yards down the hole where the rock is coated in a slimy black mold. You can tell that the walls are too slick to climb safely without assistance. Try using the rope to climb down safely. That sounds like a good idea. Tie rope to tree. The rope is tied snugly to a tree trunk. Typing. Down. Your feet slip a few times on the slimy rock, but you remain stable. Lula and Joseph descend carefully after you. In bed quilt. Bed quilt? Okay. Ooh, freaky. You're in bed quilt, a long east-west passage with holes everywhere. Joseph and Lula remove the computer equipment they're carrying on their backs and begin setting up. That's the last trip, so everything's down here now. Say something back to her. Say something back. You make an awkward joke. Don't be so morbid. Lula looks pensive. What's the gear they're carrying? Ask Lula about gear. Sure, Donald. We may as well take inventory. Okay. I've got the tape machine and the synthesizer parts we borrowed from the School of Music. It's all tuned up to my voice so we won't have to type so much. Joseph has his slate and the punch cards he's transcribed from the poems we read him. He's got the typewriter and the paper tape reader. And you've got the CRT display. How's your back holding up? Ask Lula about cave. Having second thoughts? I don't blame you. It's unsettling down here. Weird acoustics. Early as we were climbing down, I thought I heard voices for a moment, or not voices themselves, but the echoes of voices singing some kind of eerie, tuneless working song. I'm glad I'm not down here alone. Joseph looks uncomfortable. Jealous. Hey, Donald, can you help me wire up these generators? I'll assemble the synthesizer, but I could use some help with the serial interface if you have time. You hear an unfamiliar echo from a tunnel to the east. Let's wire up the generators first. Help Joseph. I appreciate it, Donald. I'm not much of an electrician, you know. You know that. Joseph handles you a bundle of wires. His kitten curls up on a spool of cabling. Listen, the three of us had a good thing for a minute, wouldn't you say, up at the old place before it got ugly? I'm saying we came down here to work, to really do it, Xanadu, and I mean we're going to be rational about this. All three of us have got to put our feelings aside and be a bit rational. Don't you know what I'm saying? Is he talking about Lula? Kind of creepy. Just agree with whatever he's saying. This isn't helpful. Is he talking about Lula? Kind of creepy. Typing. Tell Joseph to back off. Joseph wiped his brow with a dusty sleeve. Seems down here we're all strangers, permanently strange. You are interrupted by the ominous echo of a grating, scraping sound from the east, louder than before. What the hell was that? Let's check it out. Uh-oh. In tunnels. This can only get worse. Much worse. You rush down the tunnel with Joseph and Lula close behind. How do you like all this, kid? There's a lot of reading, but I'm really good at that anyway. The tunnel narrows, and soon you find yourself crawling on your hands and knees. Navigating the tunnel gradually becomes more awkward as smooth rock gives way to jagged crystalline surfaces. Scratches and taps echo from the end of the tunnel, some short and piercing, some slower and groaning as if dampened by water. Hey, young king. The tunnel opens into a large room. In crystal room. Okay. Oh. Whoa, freaky. Are these the strangers? You're in a large, irregular chamber. The walls, floor, and ceiling are covered with crystalline projections. The background is tripping. Strangers are here, scraping black mold from the crystals. They look up when you enter. One of them seems about to speak. Finally! Let's listen to what he says. The stranger reaches for a box he's carrying and presses a plastic button. The box whirs to life, and a crackly voice blurts something unintelligible, then slows to a deep gurgle. He looks at his companions momentarily in confused disappointment. Then he returns his awful gaze to you. Joseph flees through a tunnel to the north. Lula flees to the tunnel to the northeast. Joseph or Lula? Let's follow Lula. Run north. Lula's headlamp scans across the northern passage as you run. Soft shadows loom perplexingly from floor to ceiling. You feel around to distinguish shadows from crystals, but eventually find yourselves cornered. You have hit a dead end. Who are they? Let's find a way out of here. Escape. That's not a verb I recognize. Look for escape. You can't see any such thing. Listen, I think they've gone back to work. They seem strange somehow. Maybe they've forgotten about us. Alright, let's try to pass them quickly now. Don't make eye contact, then we'll find our way back to the equipment. I have a feeling I'm going to get jump scared any moment here. Something's just going to reach out of the monitor and throttle me. You're in bed quilt, a long east-west patch with holes everywhere. Lula's here, panting for breath. Did they follow us? Where's Joseph? Seems pretty scared. May as well wait, but I'm going to search for him. It's typing. Search. I only understood you as far as wanting to search. We have to be more specific. Down one of the tunnels with the equipment. Back outside. Search with the equipment. The various computer and audio equipment casts angular shadows into the tunnels as you scan slowly across the pile. Nothing. One of the tunnels. Search tunnel. You select a tunnel at random. Your lantern illuminates several sets of footprints on the moldy cave floor, but they are impossible to identify. Joseph climbs down the rope, still tied above. That damn sound, those damn voices. I don't even know what direction I was running. I wove through that network of tunnels. I ran my hand along the wall, always turning left, but every turn and every rock felt the same. For all I knew, I was running in circles. Finally, I ended up here, and I hid. I panicked. I heard you talking, but I didn't think I could trust my senses. But listen, there's one thing I have to tell you. While I was out there, lost in the tunnels and caves, I came across the Zero. And I had no idea. It's like a real place. They pick up garbage, deliver mail, they go to work and church. It has an awful kind of emptiness. Wandering through, I heard horrible echoes. Weird images got burned in my mind's eye. A television, a scarecrow, a crystal, a feather, a sandwich, a CRT monitor, a bottle, an anchor. Lula looks down at her feet. What's up with Lula? Ask Lula what is up. Nothing. Just, Joseph, you sound disturbed. Lula, you've heard the same damn stories I have. It doesn't matter now, damn it. I'm leaving. To hell with all of it. Get him back on track. We're so close. Divert Joseph's attention. You shout something at Joseph about the project you were working on together. You'll die in these damn cold caves, and what about those men? You know they'll come back. Time to find somewhere to start a fire. Suggest finding somewhere safe to start a fire. You shout something at Joseph about going deeper into the caves. Did you hear their voices? They'll find you, but not me. I'm going back to the surface. Stop, your stupid fight is ringing through the whole damn cave. Joseph is right. We can't stay here. I'm leaving too, but I'm not going back to the surface. I'm taking my station wagon. I'm heading down to Zero. I think we need her to stay. Ask Lula to stay. You plead with Lula about your continued collaboration. I'll send you this tape when I'm done recording. I'll put it in the mail, and then you can see what your damn machine does with it. Lula and Joseph have left. Well then. In tunnels. Abandoned by your collaborators, your confidants, your companions, the only two among your colleagues with whom you've ever trusted the gift of your friendship, Pretty thick, sounds like Beardo had his heart broken. You wander the tunnels alone, dragging along the components of your unrealized masterpiece, combing the underground passages for a new site in which to realize your vision. Sardonic. Sounds like a genius. How do you mean? Vain. Vanity, ain't it the truth? My Aunt Remedios, before she got the whole ethnomusicography thing, she was a painter, mostly nudes in oil. She had this model, I'll never forget him. Big, classically physical guy. Looked like he was about to storm Troy. He made everyone call him the Colonel. When Weaver and I saw this guy naked a lot, you couldn't help it. He was always posing in somewhere in the house, chasing the light from room to room while Aunt Remedios made a sketch of his profile or worked on the right mix of pigments for his abdomen. The Colonel had this magnificent hair, long black hair that ran just down to the bottom of his shoulder blades. One evening, he was standing next to an open window in the back of the house. The sun was setting, early spring, I think. It was kind of windy. Aunt Remedios was trying to get his hair right. She kept arranging it, like half in front and half behind, running over his shoulder and laying across his chest in this very specific way. But it itched him or something, and he'd do this weird indignant shuffle thing where the wind from the open window would push it around, or he'd start and turn his neck when Weaver or I ran by, and everything would be tangled again. The final product was a swirl of black lines billowing around the top of his neck. Weird thing is I don't even remember his face now. Just that black swirl. Probably one of the best she ever painted. Hall of the Mountain King. After what may have been years, you stumble out of a tunnel into a cavernous open space. Stalactites adorn the ceiling like grotesques. In the center of the room is an enormous rocky spire. This is where you will set up your equipment and establish your legacy. No, we're getting meta. Go, Xanadu. Now's the time to continue your work. Research assistance, 0. Realism index, 37%. Romance index, 2%. Mold coverage, 0%. Oh, okay, so this is my readout of the results of how I did. You may hire a new research assistant, assign assistants to a task, or sleep until tomorrow. Oh, I see. Hire a research assistant. Hire. Uploading a job advertisement to university message boards. You've hired Roberta, who studies fairy tales. Assign assistants to a task. You may assign research assistants to debugging, transcription, or speculation. Fairy tales seems good speculation. Assigning available research assistant to speculation. Hire. No new applicants. Try again later. Let's sleep. Sleep. Time passes. Roberta muses about the lives of fungal colonies. Now's the time to continue your work. 10% molds coverage, 22% romance index. You may hire or sleep. Let's hire somebody. You hired Weaver, who studies mathematics. Assigned to a task. Debugging, transcription, or speculation. You're going to be a debugger. You have 2 researchers. Assign how many to debugging. 1. Speculation. Assigning available researchers to speculation. Alright. Hire new research. Probably can't. No applicants. Try again later. Time passes. Roberta makes adjustments to the echolocation algorithm. Bats now fly normally instead of getting hung up on each other's wings and clustering together like horribly leathery tumbleweeds. Weather makes a convincing argument for the edibility of stone. Greasy black mode is collecting on the computer movement. Now's the time to continue your work. Alright. Hire somebody. Statistics. Assigned to a task. You have, let's put 2 on transcription. And then 1 on speculation. Sleep. Time passes. Weaver carefully transcribes the sounds of dripping water and all their variations over a period of several hours. Roberta types up some lurid imagery from a dream journal. Andrew posits that nature, not reason, is the master of industry. Oh shoot, intruders. The strangers are doing something to the equipment, but you can't make out what. You hide behind a rock until you leave. With trepidation, you emerge from your hiding place hours later. How's the time continue your work? I'm not convinced this is getting us any closer to the 0. 3 research. Oh, no mold coverage. All right. No, I'm not starting over. Fired Rick, who studies library sciences. Let's assign people to a task. Speculation. 2 on speculation. 1 on debugging. And 1 on the last one, speculation. Roberta fixes some weird math with some weirder math. Weaver discards centuries of exhaustive data in the uniformity of cause and effect. Rick has ideas. Andrew has ideas. Weaver follows the strangers into the tunnels. She doesn't return, but neither do they. Oh no. Realism is dropping. Romance is almost set. Let's hire somebody, shall we? Amy, who studies human-computer interaction. Everyone's gonna work on speculation. Rick has ideas. Everyone has ideas. Greasy black mold is collecting. No way, I'm not giving up. We hit 100% romance index. Hire. Greg, who said he's already... Okay, let's assign them. Debugging. Everyone gets to debug. Greg widens tunnels slightly to reduce the need for extra crouch commands. Amy identifies a bug with the oxygen level simulation but is unable to fix it. Rick fix bugs. Roberta fix bugs. Andrew fix bugs. Alright. Everyone's debugging. Oh no, the strangers, but you can't make out what. Almost completely full realism. Three on that, and 2 on transcription. Oops, I meant 2 on transcription. Rick summarizes the migratory patterns of bats through the tunnels. Andrew extensively notates tunnel diameter as a function of length. A mail carrier on bicycle brings you a sizable bill from the power company. Alright. Try quit and start over. I want to keep playing. Come on, kid, we've got stuff to do. Quit. Are you sure you want to quit? Yes. That was a rhetorical question. What? Exit? Exit. But you aren't in anything at the moment. You have to lose or die or something? Eat the lamp. Eat lamp. Don't be ridiculous. Maybe we have to wait it out. Wait indefinitely. Time passes. Research assistants come and go. You don't encounter the strangers again, but sometimes you can hear the uncanny echoes of their voices off in the tunnels. Years pass. Mold accumulates. You and the remaining research assistants take to burning disused equipment in the center of the room. The black mold is intensely flammable and makes excellent catalyst. It leaves behind a sweet, narcotic perfume. One night you have visitors, outsiders, different ones, then later that night an old friend. Lula, you really did go deeper into the caves. Premature end of file. Press any key to quit. Huh. That was trippy. Act 3, Scene 11. Hall of the Mountain King. We did computer stuff. Hey, it's Lula. To Donald, you really did go deeper into the caves. Well, you were easy enough to find. I met a few of your former assistants. One can't help but hear things. So this is what became of our project. Oh, I made some additions. Joseph stole the data tapes for the first half, so I've had some blank spots to fill. Yes, I know. He published his version, actually. I'm sorry to report that it's a bit tediously sentimental. We found your doctor. Oh, good. Yes, you're looking not well, to be honest. You smell like a distillery. Have you been drinking? We've been looking for you. So you found the address data. Just pass it over to Donald here. Donald, will you be a dear and crunch these numbers? We're looking to sort out a street name collision. Dogwood Drive. Wasn't the Bureau going to process? I insist. I have cycles to spare. I'll just pack my pipe and get to it. Should only be an hour or so. Andrew will carry it over to, I'll be at the Bureau for the rest of the night. Just mark it, private materials for the attention of Senior Clerk Chamberlain. How do we get to the Bureau from here? The bridge. Yes, the bridge. Through the gate over there. Now we, too, recede into history. Good night, Donald. Meet me at the Bureau and we'll get you on your way. Head counterclockwise to the cathode ray, then turn around. It's just clockwise until you find the Bureau. Between us, I think you should drive. Okay. Onward to the gate, which I guess is open now. Our strange, surreal adventure continues. The gate is open. Onward we go then. Down. Oh good, it speeds through this part. So, it's interesting that all of this is set in caves, and I was actually in, a tape recorder, hold on. I was actually in Kentucky a little bit this summer. Someone's left a portable tape recorder on the path. It doesn't appear damaged, but there's no tape to play or record. And there's these caverns there called Mammoth Caverns. Bookshelf. A bookshelf was carried only partway up the path here before the project was abandoned. It's still useful. The peak of the spire is crowded anyway. A sensible, modern electronic lantern has been left here. The batteries have long since died. Hey, we're on the other side of the road. Haha. How fitting. Thanks for waiting, Blue. What have you been doing? Keeping Johnny here company? What happened up there? Just a bunch of computers. Johnny yawns. Alright. It's time to go. It is indeed. Across the bridge and onward. But now I need to get... No. What were the directions to the Bureau? IOU? From the hard times... Oh, yes. Drafting. Shannon Marquez. Smells toner, rain, wind, trees. Smells so much coffee, burning computers, baking bread, booze. Weaver's TB, invisible issues. Return to the Bureau from the Hall of the Mountain King. Head counterclockwise to the cathode ray, then turn around. And it's just clockwise until you find the Bureau. Okay. Alright, counterclockwise. Till we find... What was it again? I'm paying attention, I swear. No, hold on. To the cathode ray, then turn around. Okay. About a dozen children are gathered in a shallow, dry basin on the side of the road. They are seated on overturned pots and pans arranged in 3 configurations. One group of 5 children are clustered to the right, one group are racially loosely in the center, all facing an older girl who sits 3 pans stacked together. The boy at the head of the arrangement looks sternly down on another child. A younger boy kneeled on the stone floor without a pot to sit on. A spare stock pot, perhaps belonging to the younger boy, is set on the side. Stand next to the younger boy. The older girl nods suddenly to Ezra. The older girl takes a wide green leaf from the floor next to her and pretends to read off a list of charges. The younger child is accused of making agreements for trading card exchanges, which he was not able to honor. The judge asks for a witness to testify. A boy describes the participants and events depicted on the trading card he was to receive and makes related claims about the defendant's nature. Ezra is prompted to argue on the behalf of his client. Claim prejudice. Makes a case for prejudicial treatment. The judge considers the facts and declares a mistrial. The group of children reconfigure themselves and a new trial begins with the former defendant now as the judge. Okay. That's funky. The rope. Cathode ray. And turn right around. Continue clockwise until we find our way home. Going along the zero, zero is a hero. Going along the zero till we be back home. Find to the bureau that is in the zero. Going along the zero till we find our way back home. Certainly is twisty. I think we're there. Yep. Been a hot minute. Act 3. Scene 12. Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. Hey, you see that cat over there? Think she needs some bread? Maybe we should leave a truss or two behind and she'll go for it when she's comfortable. Indeed. Kitty. Kitty. 0-5 game. Can't interact with Kitty. Time to ring the bell again. Nobody here this time? Oh, no, there you are. Here you are. Marianne has the rest of the evening off, so I'm minding the desk. You're not too busy? If I'm in the middle of something, I just let the phone ring. It's soothing in a way. The results just came in by courier. Good news, Donald and his assistants were able to sort through the noise. I had cross-referenced their results against some of our records. He found a corresponding mail stop on the Echo River route. As it happens, the night ferry is scheduled to make its stop here shortly. The ferryman carries the mail and collects the garbage as well. I'm sure you can catch a ride out that way. You're welcome to wait here. I have to get back to packing. Are you going somewhere? I might. I'm feeling impulsive and I'd like to be ready. Maybe back to Mexico. It's been years. I still have one of my sculptures in a museum down there. Did you know? Big, ugly iron thing. Time to have it scrapped anyway. Safe travels. Try to stay out of the water. It's colder than it looks and deep. Okay. Oh, can't go that way anymore. Never mind. Kitty, 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 cat. Let us wait then. For the ferry. Got quite the entourage now. How long do we have to wait? Oh, who knows. Alright, what happened? Up to you. It's okay, you can tell them. It doesn't matter anymore. Fine. So, we were in that graveyard. Ah. Strangers. Act 3, Scene 13. Where the strangers come from. Well, this can't be right. It's muddy. Yeah, that's what she said. He said, crystals and then mud. Okay. I want to stay outside. Okay. I'll stay with him. We can look for lizards. Okay, we'll make it quick. And this is where things get strange, is it? The church floor is cold metal, scuffed and flexed by unknown boot heels. A handmade apparatus for the production of moonshine assembled from scavenged metal and natural materials. Alright, let's have a seat, shall we? Me and my strange, shiny, flashing leg. I don't know what I expected. The strangers, he kept saying. Kind of vague already, isn't it? Donald's a stranger. Hell, you and I are practically strangers. Listen, earlier in the mine, I didn't want to talk about it, but... What did you find down there? When I saw Weaver, she was on TV. I was testing a pretty simple tube repair, flipping through channels to check the saturation, and she was just there. It was kind of horrible. I mean, I told you she disappeared suddenly, ran away, but we thought... You thought she was dead. Yeah, I guess I don't like to say it. Dead. And then the next time I flipped to channel 2, Weaver. It's burned in my vision now. She's standing in a room. The walls are blank, kind of gray. There's tape on the walls, like markings. And desks. A classroom, maybe? The camera's in the corner, so it's this sort of 45-degree angle into the room, and there's Weaver, right in the center of the picture. I stopped turning the dial. Hell, I think I stopped breathing. Eventually she spoke, but there was no real sound, just this awful hum. I read the closed captions. She said to go to the mine. I'd find something there. I can't remember her exact words. Whenever I try, I get distracted, fuzzy. Shannon coughs into her sleeve. It's so dusty in here, right? Yeah, real dusty. You'd think with all these holes in the ceiling. What the hell was that? Did you hear that? Must have been the church settling. Oh, hello. Okay then, down we go into the hole. Oh, I have a stranger's leg. Is that how you become strangers? Oh, now I control you. Can we go over here? We cannot. We can only come over here. Visitors. The stranger activates the tape player slung on his shoulder. A crackly drawl echoes in the room. It is patient and sounds like it should be smiling. My regrets. I hope I didn't keep you waiting long. We don't see a lot of foot traffic these days. I guess you're here about the job. I'm afraid we only have one opening at the moment. Horrible business. We're actually looking for some information about an old computer. Certainly, I'll tell you everything you need to know. I've only just met you, but I feel certain there's a place for you here. I'll just take you over to meet the dispatcher, show you the trucks, get you familiarized. We can converse as we go. What is this place? Some kind of factory? Yeah, maybe, but for what? Why hidden away like this? And what's that smell? Like bread, baking bread? Please, follow me. We can degauss? I don't think so. I have to ask you to step in here a moment. This is for your safety, and adjust your outfits just a bit. There's some protective headwear up on the wall back there. Please remove your shoes and eyeglasses. I'm not taking off my shoes. Oh, I understand. It's only a courtesy to... Well, do us a favor and put on the headwear anyway. Just this way. This is just getting funkier and funkier. Should I try degaussing? I don't know. That might mess with things. What's down here? Yeah, let's go up to the people first. Wow, check this stuff out. It must be decades old, but it's in perfect condition. You really like old electronics. Yeah, I've got it bad. That's why I get into this business, to keep old stuff like this running. Seems like it's a shame to let it fall into ruin, you know? Like that computer back in the cave, Xanadu. Decades of engineering, thousands of years of mathematics and philosophy, all petrified into living stone. How could you just let that fall apart? More new arrivals this evening, plenty to do, got to relay the formula. What formula? Eh? Oh, the formula changed our lives. Once years ago, as we were prisoners to the intricacies of our debts here, we'd have to account for everything on paper, compounding interest by hand, reassessing amortization and leverage asset distributions according to the nightly merit decay. Then she stepped out of the dark caves to show us the light of the formula. She had a brilliant grasp of mathematics and a saint-like way of speaking right through the numbers. Now we just plug our daily numbers into the formula and run it all through the adding machine. We occasionally suffer some surplus drift, but she instructed us on all the necessary adjustments. It was devastating to see our revered mathematician go, but she was needed elsewhere. Her legacy abides. Job are they working? I don't know that it's been settled just yet. You see, sometimes we take on newcomers already in debt to the distillery. One of the foremen will find something for them to do, chip away at their sum until it's all settled. That's what I'm doing here, chipping away. That's what we're all doing. Really? Until what happens? I'm so tempted. Oh, I accidentally clicked it. Dagnabbit. Okay. We could go on a shuttle? I guess we have to go in the shuttle. Oh, hey. Alright, is he eventually going to end up like them? Here's the fleet. Haha. Oh, we just use these to get around internally. How big is this place? Oh, it's grown a great deal over the years. Incredible to think, really. When Mr. Bishop founded this operation, it was only about 1,800 square feet, and half of more was occupied by camouflage to keep the law out. Hiding out in the back of the old church, purifying spirits by hand-made fire. A kettle and a dream. So, the trucks are just east of ways and shipping. You can become acquainted with the dispatcher there. Give me a tap on the shoulder if you see something that catches your eye. Always happy to show off the facility's sublime machinery. Alright. Where are we going? Let's go to shipping. Doot 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 doot. Here it is. Now I have to ask, as a matter of course, what kind of experience do you have driving trucks? I drove deliveries for Nancy. Ah, precious cargo. You'll do just fine. And you can drive safely, can't you? I haven't had any doubt now. It's only after what happened with Miguel this evening. What happened with Miguel this evening? Well, the dust is still clearing, of course. Perhaps he closed his eyes a moment, or simply hit a curve too devilish. I do pity ill-fated Miguel. He was good company and slow to anger, but if we're speaking confidentially, well, with all that lost product to be repaid, bourbon and glass dashed across the interstate and a few casks too, we're all just thankful he had no next of kin. So let's see if we can ring up the dispatcher. Alright. Doolittle starts the truck and switches on the CB radio. A deep, monotonous voice drones from the dashboard speaker. 1020 on that load, come back. Number in the bird cave, 1020 City Kitty. Into the radio. This is a good time, dispatch. We may have found Miguel's replacement. Thought you might like to get acquainted. 10-9, come again. To Conway. Introduce yourself. Pleased to meet you. Tell dispatch something impressive about yourself. They're very well regarded here. You folks know anything about a moldy old computer? 99 wheel holder, gotta pay the water bill. Ah, so. I'm certain they'll call back before long. Let's take a look around the truck, eh? The headlights work fine, see? Do little fiddles with the controls. That's important. Most of our product goes out at night. You never know when you run into the daylight, and dusk can be treacherous misleading with all that indirect light. The magic hour, eh? Magic hour, sure. The angle of the sun at dusk and dawn means the light is most indirect reflections from the sky. Everything looks like a movie. It's all a bit software. Conway had to get off the highway. Too loud, too murky. He turned off into some gray cornfield in Indiana. He watched traffic and birds. Seeing those migrations up close, they looked random. He thought about the load in the trailer. Thousands of plastic cups. Somebody wanted those cups in Rackford that night. It was pointless. So, moving on. Oh, sure, I know you want to look. Kick the tires, that's a thing we do, isn't it? As though our knees could exert the kind of force these tires see out there on the road, we're more likely to hurt ourselves. Isn't that the way, eh? Sure, they're big machines, they can be fragile. Absolutely, a truck deserves care and feel for respect like a glass elephant. Miguel was a good driver, but he didn't have that quality of deference. What kind of man was Miguel? As I always say of him, he was good company. Many of us have found ourselves in his position, arrogantly grasping at personal sovereignty when our lives had become unmanageable. There's no shame in it, only condolence. Now, what else can we show you? Take a look at the wipers. Control the wipers with this knob here. Do little fizzles with the controls. They seem to have decent torque on them, eh? Can't say how they'd fare in an ice storm, but we never delay a shipment. Better to assume the risk. Always clear skies down here, so I hear, but most of our product is delivered by surface roads, which you feel rain quite often, particularly in the spring months. So I hear. They ditched class for the day to drive in the rain. It was pointless to stay, all review. He was a lost cause, and she didn't need it anyway. She was smart, bored. It was time to cut out. Shitty day for it, though. 83 in biblical flood. I went to see a movie. It was some anonymous swashbuckler film about real men and women. Real tights, real lips, fake blood. They brought a flask. They smoked cigarettes, drank awful hooch, whistled buckets of rain. She sang about someone she wanted once to have loved. Brown hair curled around her ear. She had a voice like Scotch whiskey. They poured another drink and another and another. She worried it was getting dark out, then it was getting light out. They ended up in someone else's field, in someone else's car, an early morning joyride, and a sunrise collision. She got on the bus and he hiked back to his car. He sat in his car and went over some options. Chicago? Toronto? Barrow? It seemed like a bold and impulsive gesture at the time. As he pulled out of the parking lot, he removed his hands from the steering wheel for a moment and felt the car drift into a decision. Years later, he'd think of this as the moment he himself started drifting. A modest technology, but suited the job, eh? Plenty good enough. What's in the back? Looks like it's just about ready to go out. We have some good folks in shipping here, so you never have to worry about loading it if you don't want to. Bit hard on the knees and back at our age, eh? Of course, you'll have to unload at the destination, but that's the job. And some drivers like the after shift stacking and loading here. I shouldn't really do any lifting these days. I see. Well, surely we can spare a dolly and carrying strap for your health and safety. Conway woke up on baled hay. Everything was too bright. His head hurt, the usual. Lisette and Ira argued loudly just outside the open barn door. She wanted Ira to take him inside and shower. Have some coffee, get to the job. Ira said it wasn't time. Conway was in no condition. It was an important job. They couldn't put it off. Ira said to let the deadbeat sleep it off and then send him packing. She said Charlie could do the job. Conway stepped out of the barn, shielding his eyes. He tried to say something reassuring, but just sort of stumbled around it. Lisette looked away. Ira just spat and then went inside to wake Charlie. Ira was a stubborn man, so Charlie went along, and Conway drifted along again. And he didn't hear about the accident until months later. So, what's next? The truck's radio crackles back to life. Driver, come back. Ah, there's the dispatch. Now, tell them about your experience. Tell them the truck's in good shape. Tell them you'll start in the morning. I really can't. Yeah, we've got to finish the delivery in a few. 10:33 dispatch. We got 2 black eyes and a flock of crocodiles. Come back. 10-4, back down and prick your eyelids, driver. Come back, Lem. 10-4. Come back, wheel holder. Conway remains silent. To Conway. Dispatch is addressing you. He's here, dispatch. Got your ears on? Good. Listen to this. Silence. So, I think that went well. Let's head back up to logistics and seal the deal. And I've only got one more thing to show you. Okay. Strange as always. Can we go over here? We cannot. What's over here? Is that the extent of our travails? Ah, the whiskey. So this is the whiskey that they keep talking about. Doot 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 doot. Gotten all dark in here. All right. Let's head back upstairs. Hey, I have one more thing to show you. Wait, we only came here looking for some answers about this stupid moldy computer. Oh, the old man in the cave with the moldy computer. That black mold is drawn to whiskey. It feeds on ethanol fumes, you see. As we age the whiskey, some of it inevitably evaporates into the air. The angels share. It goes through the vents here and out into the caves. If we can scrape up that mold, we usually apply some pressure and cold to it, squeeze and condense the angel share back into drinkable whiskey. Every drop counts when you're making a living on this stuff, so we go down and scrape it off as equipment just like any other place it grows. He kept sending his people here to drive us away, paranoid, truly paranoid. Well, now we have the formula, so we don't need to go collecting mold. But we didn't do anything to his moldy computer, he just forgot the password. One of his assistants shared it with me, Dominaire. That'll get you going, I'm sure of it. So join me upstairs? Sure. Why are the stairs a little tweaked there? If you don't mind, just return your helmet and equipment, please. Drop it right off. Here it is, a beauty, wouldn't you say? It's an antique, you know. What is it? Why, it's an adding machine. This is where we come for our daily ritual to calculate the day's interest and repayment according to the formula. I usually do so at the beginning of my shift, so I know how many hours I need in order to keep up. Yes, I believe you'll do well here, sir. Happy to have you. Congratulations, you're hired. Oh, wait, we can't. It's customary here to start each day with a shift drink. Let's make it special. Mark the occasion. This is top shelf stuff now. Single barrel. He doesn't. Down the hatch. Vinamuria Morris. I guess we drink. Decent enough. Welcome aboard. He's not working for you. We have to get back to this. He has a delivery to make. What's this? Not working? Are you turning down this opportunity? She's right. I have to make this, I'm disappointed. And I'm afraid that leaves us with a delicate problem. As I indicated, this is the top shelf stuff you're drinking now. This isn't cheap. It's not your first shift drink. Well, and there's a matter of this tour just now. My time and experience are billed at quite a premium. This is not good for you, my friend. You're in quite deep. By my back-of-the-envelope estimations, well, we have that in common, I suppose. All of us. Yes, I'm afraid you'll have to work this off somehow. It's just the way of it. What's happening right now? You can start tomorrow. Take the time to settle your affairs. Of course, the interest begins to compound immediately, and, well, we'll go over the formula when you get in here. I should get back to work. See you tomorrow, then. That is the most Tom Nook way of springing it on them. Nutters. How long do they work? Whoa. So I guess I start in the morning. I guess. I'm confused. It's just the way these things go, kid. Huh. Well, that still gives us a few hours to roam, right? Where's that ferry? Sounds like the ferry right now. And there it is. Coming right on in. Almost more like a tugboat than a ferry. What in the... Okay, it's a mammoth of a ferry, I guess. There's one mammoth task ahead of us, and now I'm stuck in indentured servitude, schlepping whiskey for the rest of my days. End of Act 3. Well then. This seems like an opportune time for us to wrap up for the day, because I already am a few minutes over. So we're going to go ahead and wrap it up right there. Thank you all so much for joining in for tonight's stream, where we picked up and got through all of, or most of, Act 3. No, the entirety of Act 3 of Kentucky Route Zero, as the surreal oddness continues. Please do stick around. We're going to throw a raid out to one of our fellow Twitch Hawaii streamers. Let's see who is doing what out there in Twitch land. Yeah, let's give Esmic808 a raid. He plays a mean match of Apex Legends. I'll be back this Tuesday for Random Game Night, and we'll continue our first playthrough of Kentucky Route Zero this coming Sunday. Until next time, take care, stay safe, and as always, aloha.